I was asked to do an end portal, and I practiced it and got kind of a method down. It's kind of buggy, but I figured we'll try that. How's it going, Martin Plays? Let's see. Now I gotta remember what I did because I forgot. Alright, first of all, we're gonna look for some blocks. We gotta build the end portal frame. There we go. So there is the beginnings, the humble beginnings of the end portal. So what we're gonna do is go into the library. You can dang on repeat. And for this one, we're gonna do, I think it's, how many is it? Is it 3 or 4? I don't know if they're awesome, but they get me by. There's thundering outside. Might lose power or something, so I apologize if this ends abruptly for any reason. Anyway, alright, so 3. Okay. So what we can do, we can actually just leave this as 1, I guess. Sometimes I would do duplicates, but we'll just do that. And I'm gonna turn on the rotation grid, make it easy for myself, something like that. Do that about 90 degrees. We can also turn on the movement grid. And then we're just gonna build this out. Since I have that one, we're actually gonna parent this. So parent it to that. I'm gonna make a whole little rig thing here. I think Jonathan's trying to give me some false information. Weird story. I don't a tutorial on how to install Mine-imator. Funnily enough, lots of people didn't know how to do it and nearly have 3,000. Oh, dang. That's pretty good. You did a tutorial. I see. It's pretty good number right there. Alright, then we're gonna do that one, and I'm just gonna make this simple, sort of. Do like that, and that. And we're done! That's it! How's it going, Beanie? Banta, however you say it. So that's how you build the end portal frame. As you can see, it's basically just like a little rig thing here now. Pretty good. It's not so bad. And what we want to do is create like the little thing in the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in a surface. I actually have the texture from my Minecraft stuffs, so that's what I'll be using. But for now, I'm gonna zero out that and not do that. We're gonna rotate it here. I'm not sure which side is up or down right now, but we'll figure that out in a minute. How's it going, Vrish? Vrish? How you say it? Marfy? How you say the name? Like Murphy? Alright, so that goes too high because of our grid. We're gonna bring this down. Let's see, about 8. Try that, so it's about halfway up on the block. And then we're gonna scale it up. Thinking, what is that? No, that's too far. Maybe 3? There we go. That might be too exact to look good. Did you hear about the Manchester attack here in the UK? My principal and my school and some friends were there. I feel so bad. Yeah, I heard about that. I've been following it a bit. It's pretty ridiculous. It's not cool. I don't know. Like, in some ways I thought about talking about it a bit, but I don't know. In some ways I also feel like it's kind of weird for people who do like gaming stuff to talk about that kind of stuff. So unless you do like a dedicated thing for it, I don't know. How's it going? Oh my god, I forgot how to say the name. Kalakaniar? Kalakaniar. Yeah, okay, I'm done. Alright. Hi, Huskies. Husky. Alright, so there is our surface. No problem, Vrish or Vrish. Oh my god, I gotta start just coming up with ways to pronounce people's names without saying like 3 different versions. Anyway, so this is the dang old where the surface is and stuff, you know, like where the end portal is going to appear. And I have this texture imported, which is an end portal texture there. And that's good and well, but that's not exactly how we want to do it. So I'm going to bring up the brightness on this so we don't have any issues with lighting, because you want to be able to see it no matter what. You know? There we go with that. Oh, hey, here's my song. It's playing. So that's basically one way of doing it. Like, you can make it really simple like that. Also, let's go ahead and bring in... Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Let's go ahead and bring in the Eye of Ender here. And we're gonna rotate. Whoop, wrong one. There we go. Bring this up. Change the rotation point. How's it going, Nitros and chickens can fly? Bring this down. I think this is gonna be about 7.5. Whoops, hang on. Little bit of a issue there. The key shortcuts on OBS kind of screwed me up there. Sorry about that. Have to use my other keys. All right. Okay, going smoothly. No one says otherwise. There we go. Bring that over. We're basically just gonna create the dang old like ender eyes that you need in there. Should be pretty good. Gonna bring this down to about 4 on our grid so we can bring that up, and then we're just gonna scale it up, not that way, and this way. Something like that, maybe about 5. Doesn't have to matter, like it really depends on where it's positioned. How's it going, Flickpy the Killer? Do you have streaming schedule, or do you stream when you feel like it? I don't have a streaming schedule because I've been dealing with horrible like intermittent internet, but we just got it switched over, so I'm hoping maybe to be able to do it more regularly now. Of course, until the next problem arises, so we'll see what that does. All right, ender eyes thing or whatever. I'm gonna duplicate that and then of course parent it to the next one. And we want to zero out that, and zero out that, and that. We're just going to create like a little set of them. Yeah, grab it a butt, 'cause sometimes it's what you do, man. Martin plays, yeah, it's really bad. There has been a lot of suicide attacks in the UK lately. I live kind of close to Manchester, so I hope it doesn't happen where I am. Definitely. That's, you know, if I'm gonna offer my opinion on this, everyone's got this idea of like we don't need to address the problem. We're just gonna keep being us and live the way we want to live and stuff like that. And that's not really how you solve problems, unfortunately. I understand the sentiment there, but sometimes you actually have to act and do something about it. Let's see. Gonna move this over here. These aren't lined up perfectly. All right, mind you, they're kind of off to one side a bit, but I'm not gonna worry too much about that. If you try to make this yourself, you can dang old figure it out or something. Thunder, it's thundering. I'm scared. All right, so let's go ahead and not look the wrong way, and go ahead and just position all these. Listening to this epic music playing, it's pretty good. My God, I feel like I can't navigate right now for some reason. There. So that looks like a pretty weird thing there. Hopefully that doesn't look too terrible. Let's see here. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics of how you want. Those are way too big. They should definitely be scaled down, right? They just look so big and doofy. Alright, but this is just a basic build. We're not going to worry too much about the little details there. How's it going, Woodplank? How's it going, Logan? I'm doing okay at the moment. We're gonna name this, we'll just leave it as surface for now. Alright, so here comes the tricky part. If any of you are aware of how end portals look, they have kind of like a thing where you look at them and they sort of follow the camera. So what we're gonna try to do is mimic that. I'm gonna actually move these into a folder so we don't have to see all that there. Alright. So we're going to try to mimic that with this. It's not going to be exactly the same. There's probably like more advanced ways you can do it, but this is just going to be kind of a quick way to get that effect and whatnot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring in a sphere. Now this is one of the rare times you'll want to use a sphere in Mine-imator. Go ahead and zero that out. And we're going to actually bring this below the world here. That might seem odd, but you'll see what I'm doing in a minute. Let's see. How's it going, Bades? I've been doing okay. You know, sometimes life gets you, but you do your best. Alright, so we're going to move this down below the world, just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a camera. Let's go ahead and do that for the moment and have it out something like this. Also, what I want to do is change the texture of our sphere here to the end portal texture, and I'm going to go to the library and I'm going to do something. What was it I was going to do? I don't remember. We got to like repeat the texture somehow. I'm trying to recall what I did to do that. I'm dumb. Beans, when you start streaming for whatever reason, like Discord notices that you're doing it and goes into streaming mode, so it kind of has like a do not disturb thing. How's it go at Archberg Studios? Why, hello there. Oh my god, my voice, my mouth made a weird noise. Cool Roby Gaber. You did, because I'm on in the daytime today, testing out the new internets. Let's go ahead and invert that so we want it to show on the inside. So we inverted the cube, as you can see there. Now, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Oh wait, it's because I did it the wrong way. Okay, so when you change the texture in the library, that's different than changing it here. Let's just go to default again. All right, forget that. I never did that. It didn't happen. Can you say my name? That would be amazing. Logan Z / Shadow Gamer. Was it amazing? It says online, please say hello, Molten. I just read that, man. I didn't mean to say it. I would have said no if I had read it quietly. All right, so now we've got the texture change in the library, and as you can see, we have these options down here. And what I want to do is turn on the repeat. As you can see, that's making our texture a lot better. So let's just do like 7 and 7. And as you can see, that gives us a lot more like a dense star field. We may not want it that high exactly, but now it's a lot like higher resolution texture. And what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate our camera, and we're going to take it and bring it down into the sphere here. And we'll try to get it somewhat centered the best we can here. Let's see. I don't know how to say your name, man. It's Maga Cream. Hi, dude. Thank you for your tours. They're amazing. Well, I appreciate it a lot. Zalentoth? Is that how you say it? I don't know. And just in it, can you not say 420? I'm confused by that statement. You got me. My education did not prepare me for that question. There we go. So we're centering the camera into the cube, or the sphere there. As you can see, it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Just kind of want it to look like pretty much the same everywhere, but I don't know how much of a difference it'll make. What we're gonna do, we're actually gonna name this camera something like in cam, something like that, and then we're gonna parent it to the main camera we have here. I'm gonna name this one, click it, select it, there we go. We're gonna name this one scene cam, something like that. So this is where some of the bugginess comes in. I don't know how many of you have been here from the beginning, or if this goes up on YouTube later, if you're watching it then, this is the bugginess I was talking about before. What we want to do is on the in cam, we're going to take it and we're going to turn off inherit position. We want it to stay there, but we also want it to continue the rotation of this camera. So you'll see what I mean by that in a minute. Now we're going to select our surface, and we're going to make its texture by clicking on that, and we're going to go down to in cam for its texture. Okay? And then when I select this camera, and when we move it around, you'll see that it kind of has that effect that you get in Minecraft when you look at the in portal, because like it's sort of moving with the camera. See that there? It's pretty good. Let's see here. Anxious, what is your real name? It is Anxious Cynic. I just noticed you used my animation week idea. Yep, I did, Beans, because I didn't make the dang old tutorial last week, so I did. Awesome, Ashraf, how's it going? Zalantot, it should be said. Okay. Well, that sort of helps, but it doesn't really tell you how to, like, how you would say certain pronunciations of the letters, if you know what I mean. Ragdoll? Yes, the ragdoll should be fun. A lot of people, unfortunately, so far have really rushed their submissions, and I've had to kind of deny some of them. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll see how it goes. It's probably going to end up being one of the shorter compilations because of that, unfortunately. Anyway, as you can see here, we got the pretty much the importal look there, and it's pretty cool. And what I can also do, we can probably do it either on the surface or on this one, but we can go to the color, wherever that is, or right here. And I'm just gonna change this and kind of give it a different shade. Any input on what color it should be, guys? How's it going, Pinky? How long do you work on Mine-imator? I don't know. I've been using Mine-imator probably, what, a couple of years now? Something like that. A year and some change. I don't really remember. Will you do a gaming channel? You talking to me? This is the gaming channel, man. Like, that's what I was doing for a long time before I got into the Mine-imator tutorial game and the animations. Notice me, mate. No input so far on the color we're dealing with here, so I'm just gonna go with maybe that one. That's kind of like an in color, isn't it? Look at that, man. Select this camera, like so. And there you go. That's actually not a good color, but it sort of is okay. But anyway, you can make it any color you want, and it's pretty good. Look at that. Not so bad. Not too bad at all. Now, like I said before, if you were here in the beginning, then the texture, if you go into Minecraft, it actually has kind of like layers to it, and they're moving differently. So I'm not really sure right off the top of how you would achieve that, but this is just one really quick and easy way you can get it, and it's a little bit more advanced than just putting like the texture on a surface and it being static. So it's pretty cool in my opinion. How's it going, Alpha Dog Gaming? I'm doing okay. Can the next weekly compilation thing be about Skywars? I'm not sure about the next one, but we can definitely make a note of that and consider it for the future. Let's see here. So the next step we want to make, another thing that you have in Minecraft from what I can recall, is a particle element, and then we're going to get back to the camera issue that I was mentioning before as well. So we're going to go ahead and spawn in particles, and I actually have one that I made specifically for this, so I'm going to bring it in and try to bring it on over here. And what we want to do is bring up the editor so I can see the bounding box that I made, and we're just gonna line this up pretty much with this, something like that. And I have particles turned off in my 3D view, so if I go into my cam view, then you'll be able to see the little particles, and that's how you can get that kind of smoky particle effect like you would in actual like Minecraft. How's it going, Doctor Who? Will you do a tutorial on how to make Electra animations? I actually did do a tutorial on that a little bit. Like, I made a rig for an Electra, or Electra, however you say it, and a little tutorial on how to do some basic flying. I'm eating pepperoni pizza. I envy you. Okay, so that's basically it there, but what you may notice here is that the active camera in our scene is the in cam, and we don't want that because it's dumb. And I guess the reason for that is, for some reason in Mine-imator, the camera that's furthest down on the timeline apparently is the active camera. So the question here is, how can we get it to not be? So if I toggle this visibility off, maybe that'll help. If I do that, then the active camera becomes the scene cam, which we wanted. So if I click away from it, that is the active camera, and it stays that way. So, and as you can see, it keeps the texture here. So you just make that in cam invisible, and you get it, man. That's what happens. You get it to work. Let's see here. Checking some the chat. I kind of lost track of it for a second. When I use Mine-imator, my animation is not that good, but people say they are awesome. I think they lying. You know what? That can happen. But of course, like sometimes, like something that a lot of people don't realize is that even if the animation quality itself isn't that good, you can kind of just watch someone's work and tell that they kind of have the heart, like they have the idea, and you can tell what they're going for, and that soul is still there. So That's a lot of times I think what a lot of people tap into is the spirit of the animation. Even if the quality isn't that good, you can tell to that person, if they improve the quality, we'll be making some good stiffs. Anxious, you could start an intro series. What do you mean by that exactly? What are you doing? Crazy lying? Is that it? Is that directed at me? Because I'm making an in portal, man. As you couldn't tell. How's it going, Kelly Young? From where you can in portal? What do you mean? Do some lighting with the portal? What do you mean? That's gonna be my little thing now. What do you mean? What do you mean? 11K, come watch. I love lag. I am weird. I agree. Can you do rigs? I kind of did a little bit of a rig. This is sort of a rig. Speaking of which, I actually should probably parent all this stuff to this to make it a rig. So that's what we'll do this time. Let's go ahead and do this. And fortunately, we are at the 0 position in Mine-imator, so we're not going to get too much movement there, which is good for us. And we want to go ahead and do that. And we're good. I should do it. Oh, nope, we got to get this one too. Boop. All right, so that is basically an in portal rig. So now if I grab this, I can move it around and all those things stay together. The inderizer there, the surface stays there, the particle thing there, and everything. So you can create this whole little in portal and then drag it around to wherever you want in your scene. And it's awesome. That's what you get. And then you get this movement when you move the camera and particles. Looks great. I mean, it looks as good as, you know, for a quick attempt. It's pretty good, I would say. I'm going to change the color. For some reason, I'm just not digging that color. How's it going, Red White Andy? Is that how you say it? I think so. Let's see. Check out the chat here. What I have speed on 0.5 on Livestream. That sounds pretty interesting. End portals mean the end. Every story must end, but a new one will always start. I'm sorry. Me too. How do you enter the competition? You watched the rules video that explained it? Maybe? By the way, Anxious, I was your very first subscriber. Oh, wow. That's quite the claim you're making there. How do you know? Was Minecraft your first game ever played? If that's directed at me, it was not. Far from it. You're the best Mine-imator editor. Well, thank you. I don't think that's true, but I appreciate the sentiment. Pugs are love, pugs are live. Whoops. Oh my god, I'm scrolling all over the place and messing up my page. Sorry. Alright. Let's see. When you ever become a big YouTuber, how different do you think your content will be? Oh, it'll be terrible. If I ever become like a, you know, if my channel ever gets to that good size of ness, then I don't know, I'm gonna go with that color for some reason. Yeah, I intend to become extremely bad. Worse than I am now. How's it going, Fires? Patriot? I'm getting choked. Let's see. Can you do live stream more often? I would love to. The reason I haven't before, or one of the main reasons, is because my internet was horrible, but we just switched, and that's why I'm on today, testing it out and stuff. So hopefully if this one works out, then I'll be able to do it more. He can't be your first sub if his account's made 4 years later than yours. That's very true. That's a little bit of logic there. What do you think about the animations like Wolf Life that get millions of views with low quality animation? I don't know. Again, those are somewhat, you know, what I was talking about, like animations that have heart, you know? But it is interesting that they get so many views when the quality is rather low compared to other people like, say, Blue Monkey or Slamacow or something. But, you know, that's what people like. It's what they like. And rather than, you know, people get mad and complain about it or whatever, it's like, just make something yourself, man. You come up with a good way to do it. Like, I mean, I did the Monster School animation, but I didn't want to do it like everybody else, so I just did kind of my own version of it. Anxious, I was your very first sub on my other account. Sounds legit. Anxious, will you ever be in a collab with others? I did a couple of like screenshot or wallpaper collabs before, but nothing no animation ones. I don't know if I'll ever do anything like that or not. If I live stream more, then I may do it just to, live stream and animating or something. When do you think you're gonna get 100,000 subs? Probably in the year 2024, 2040, 2100. I don't know. Maybe never. By the way, sorry I have a short attention span, but what is the end portal for? It's a tutorial basically. Like I'm doing this live stream kind of in place of a tutorial because I missed last week and stuff. So I'm just kind of showing how to do it because it was requested, I think, by Animation Cal. Aces, what's your Minecraft in-game name? You'll never guess it. It's super top secret. Hi, I just joined. How you going? How's it? Oh my god, how's it going, Tornado Gamer? Can you give me an idea of an animation? Steve walks outside and steps on a hoe and it slaps him in the face, and then a cow spills milk on his head. There you go. Take that to the bank. 1,000,000 views instantly. Will the evil contestant keep on spamming? You will find out the next episode of Mine-imator Stuffs. Could be, man. Greatest story ever told. So is there anything I'm missing here besides I really should resize these stupid ender eyes, but I guess I'm not going to do it. Is there anything else, any finishing touches, any suggestions that we should do to make this portal even better? Or is this pretty much it? Is this satiating the wanting to knows of anything? Any ideas for an animation for someone with a fox skin and a demon skin? A race. The fox is faster than the demon, but then the demon teleports and he cheats. How's it going, Animates MC? Are the eyes glowing? Because they should. Whose eyes? Anxious, do a collab, please. That's kind of what the weekly compilation is, basically. So, I mean, it's not like an actual collab, but I mean, it's pretty close. Particles? Well, particles are there. If I'll just turn this off and turn the particles on here. There's your particles, man. They're kind of like maybe not as many as you would have in, well, it's actually not too bad. For some reason, it seemed like it was less in the camera. But yeah, there's particles, man. Animates MC, how's it going? The ender eyes. They is there, man. The eyes of Ender, they're right there. Right there. See it? It's all kinds of eyes of Ender. Dramatic lighting. Oh yeah, dramatic lighting. What kind of lighting exactly would you expect this to do? First of all, we probably need to bring in some scenery. Let's see if we can go ahead and just do some like canned Mine-imator scenery here. What should we use? Probably not any of those. Rooms? Big hall? No. Ship? Let's I don't know. Let's bring in the windmill. For some reason I always default to the windmill scene. There we go. And then all we gotta do is just bring this up a little bit and put it right there. And that way we'll have kind of some surfaces to bounce the light off of. I have AIDS. Well, I'm sorry about that. Be careful what public restrooms you use. All right. So there we go. And we don't have any lighting on at the moment, of course, but we can do that in a minute. Show how to make a complex variable texture. Well, that's a very vague thing. Like you'd have to give more of an example of what that would be. Canned Mine-imator scene, that just makes me hate them more. It happens, man. I join back and your voice is suddenly deeper. That's because my voice is a little baby that can't handle talking and I get hoarse quickly. Alright, so let's it's kind of like, I don't know, it's bugging me that it's going into the grass there. Oh well, this is just an example. Look at the grass sticking through it. How is that not going into the end? You tell me. The mysteries of Mine-imator is continued. Fidget spinner rig? Oh my god. Why is that a thing? I don't even understand. Like, I don't have anything against it, but like, I don't understand how that's become like a thing. It's weird. I saw like there's a food reviewer that I watched that talked about him because somebody sent him one, and ever since then it's become like super popular. All right, gonna bring in a light and stiff. Let's go ahead and bring this over. Kind of like center it out just a little bit right there. And it's good. And let's see. Let me check my settings. Make sure I don't have it too big. Let's bring that down to medium and these down to small because we are working and streaming, so the computer will die if I don't. The grass is ender immune. I don't even know how that happens. I don't even know. Cursed or something. Can't you edit the map? I could import a custom scene, but I don't feel like it. That's pretty much the scientific explanation of what's going on here. And we're going to go ahead and change the color of this light. Let's go ahead and just turn on rendering so we can see a little bit. And since we are doing like an ender thing, we're going to make it kind of dark. Something. Give it something like that, maybe. Let's see. When the doctor says you don't have ADHD, but you don't believe him, my life. Oh, I thought you were going to say when the doctor says you have ADHD, but you couldn't be bothered to pay attention. Anxious, I was just wondering what were your first creation ideas when you first started Mine-imator? My first idea, if you go to my animation playlist, you'll see that there's like a chicken coop. Oh my god, this is slow. Can't handle it. All right. And my idea was that like chickens form this alliance and attack a farmer by like having planes, and they like, or he, at least the one, and he has like a machine gun on the plane and stuff. I was like way ahead of myself though. I was like, that's why I only made that little 30 seconds of animation, because I was like, what am I doing? I don't even know how to do this. And I gave up on it. And we want to go ahead and get a similar color as the stuff here. I don't really know exactly what it is. We'll go with something like that. And as you can see, we got our lighting there. Let's actually bring this up just a tad. Anxious, say mustard ice. Mustard ice is my favorite kind of ice. Hey everybody, how's it going, Dr. Blaster? What doing, Anxious Cynic? What I've tried to do the Mine-imator stuff and keep up with the chat. The chat's kind of moving relatively quickly here. Please no large images. It makes it more difficult for me to tangle stuff, you know. Make the light purple. Purple? I'll try it. Something like that. Kind of want to go with like a little bit more neutral color, so it doesn't like go too crazy. Sonic. All right. So we probably need to bring that in just a tad and stuff, maybe around 100, something like that. Let's actually turn the, what am I doing? Turn the light down even more to see how much we're getting here. Don't look too terrible. Something like that, maybe. I'm going to turn off the particles so we can see what's going on here. Go ahead and make that so we can see it. Look at all that good rendering, man. Turn up the light just a tad. Maybe not. I kind of like it when it's just dark. Somewhere around there. Wow, that's actually higher than default. Yeah, with the actual rendering on, you can kind of see how the lighting is really affecting things. Anxious Cynic, when will you make Titanic Part 2? Oh, it just takes so long to make a 3-hour animation. I might need a couple of days. who's ever updating Mine-imator is really lazy to add. Well, I don't think you can do IK in the way Mine-imator is designed, unfortunately. And at this point in time, no one's updating it. Nimi was the one doing community build, which we're using right now. And he gave up on it. He had some other things take over his time or whatever, so he gave up on updating community build. So now, as far as the updating of Mine-imator, I think it's kind of dead. Mind lock, I subscribe, love you. Well, thank you, man. Oh yeah, depth of field. If you didn't say it, you said depth of field, depth of field, depth of field, depth of field. So that's like 4 times. If you had said it 3 times, I would not have noticed. So let's go ahead and select our camera here. We're gonna add. Oh yeah, and we can do bloom and everything, man. This is gonna be great. Blender is better than this. You are right. But Mine-imator is easier and can be fun to just do short, fun things with. It's good. Man, that is some good rendering. Well, it's a start. I definitely would add some more lights to the scene. We may do that in a minute. But for now, we're going to get to the depth of field, depth of field, depth of field, depth of field. Turn the range down. Oh, man, look at that. And then I'm going to jump the fade size up, maybe about 750. Then we're going to bring that depth up and get it all in focus there. Oh, that looks pretty. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's go ahead and bring this down. It's going to be tough to keep rendering this with the streaming and everything. Let's turn this down a little bit further. Very small. Very small. See if that helps us a bit. Sorta. Let's see. Cinema 4D is the best, but it's too gosh darn expensive. I've heard Cinema 4D is easier to use than Blender, but I do think Blender probably has more features overall. So technically, I think Blender is better. Don't quote me on that. As far as like just its robustness, but I think Cinema 4D gives you really good polished results in a quicker amount of time with less learning curve. So, can you please animate a man getting AIDS? Nah. I thought about it. I mean, obviously, that's what most people who get into filmmaking and stuff aspire to do. I just don't think I'm the guy that will do it justice. Let's see. Oh my god, the lagginess. I'm going to turn this off for a second. There we go. Senpai Cynic notice me. Hey, butter. 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 Anybody seen that video or that movie? Oh my god, why did I say video? Butter. Anyone know what that's from? I dare ya. Call it out. Cinema 4D was used for animating Iron Man. Yeah, it's used in visual effects more so than actual 3D animation, though, from my understanding anyway. Cynic Autodesk Maya, how do they say it? Maya, I think, is the best animation program. Cinema 4D is second, and then 3D Max comes third. Blender. Oh my god, what is that noise? I think that's a frog. Maya is the like premier animation software. That's what Pixar uses and everything else. Of course, Pixar I think has a highly customized version of Maya. But yeah, it is the main one. I'm not sure about 3D Studio Max. I've heard some things about that. Oh my god, that frog. Can you guys hear that? There's no way you don't hear it. I think maybe a snake has gotten the frog and is eating it. We've had some rainy days, okay? So the frogs come out of the woodworks and they're happy. That's what happens. Science. Ask Bill Nye. Alright, so we actually lost track there. I was getting all into this stuff. It's a duck frog, okay? Duck frogs exist. Just read your history books. Oh, look at that. This lighting's kind of interesting here. The second light, which is white, is giving us some kind of like this sort of glowness. It's pretty good. I'm actually going to move it up further, though. Maybe give it some slight blue hue, maybe? Have you ever heard a frog? Yeah, man. It just did. How's it going, White Wolf? Let's see here. Oh god. He's back! My god. I'm gonna have to go get a pet snake and then set him loose on the frog. That was dark. Could you make Minecraft animation with Blender, please? Well, if I continue doing this, live stream and stuff, I would be happy to try and get into Blender some more. Please send use Cinema 4D. It is the best. It's free. It is not free. I refuse to pirate programs. That is not my style. It's not what I do, man. Go ahead and turn that fade size up. And I don't know. What do we want? Maybe about 200. Someone murder the frog. My sentiments exactly. The frog's trying to warn me. Who else wants bleach? The frog does, obviously. Trying to figure out here. I'm really enjoying this like orange hue that I'm getting on the wood there from the light here, but the lighting outside of that is not cool. So I guess we're gonna have to be realistic about it. Hey, what did you feel in the begging? I think you meant beginning of your channel while you stayed a lot of time while you have 5 subs like me. I just focused on doing stuff. Like my goal with making videos, which is I started out just doing like gaming videos, was just about like doing it and learning to get better and whatnot. I didn't focus on sub count. Honestly, I still don't really focus on sub count. I just kind of do what I want to do. And as for tutorials, I do what, I feel like people would be helped by or what they request. And I just kind of let that take care of itself. And there's the dang frog again. Oh my god. Oh my god. What a troll. That's going to be the name of this video if it goes up on YouTube. Trolled by a frog. My goodness. Maybe that's the internet first. Am I the first person in live streaming history to get trolled by a frog live? I'll pay you €20 for your subs if you don't care about them. Nah. Not for sale. I'm not into, like, human trafficking or whatever. That was another dark joke. Subtly dark, okay? It's not outright dark. Remember the old Mine-imator? Yeah. I'll be, like, honest with you. Ever since I switched to community build, when I see the old Mine-imator, it looks so old and dated to me. Even though it's the same program, it's just a different interface. Speaking of which, a lot of people ask me about that. Like, how do you get it? Well, I haven't gotten asked in a little while, but people were asking a lot about that. I'll show it in a second here. Cynic, if your neighbor have a dog, tell them to remove his leash, and eat the frog. Well, I have a dog that would probably go eat it. I just don't want her to. It'd be disturbing. Please make a Cinema 4D tutorial. All you need is... Yeah, but that's not legal. I don't get illegal serial numbers and stuff. That's you have to pay for the program to get it legit, and I can't afford it, and I'm not gonna do the thing. Boss Cow, hey dude, learn. Well, oh god, it moved. Hang on. Hey dude, I need to learn some animation techniques from you, dude. Like what? Oh yeah, the old Mine-imator. Yeah, I remember that. That's actually what I started out with, and I got completely disheartened because it looked so terrible. And I didn't mess with it for a while until I came back to it and saw that the 1.0 version it came out, and I was like, oh, this looks good. Later, could you jump into Blender? I'll help you animate. I learned from a pro called Momentarily Epic Advanced Keyframes. I don't know. Like, I'm not sure how long I'll be on today to see how things go. But for now, we're going to sit here and look at this dull scene that I'm not working on because I'm reading chat too much. Anxious, what did you do? Get 11,000 subs, or did you buy 11,000 subs? I spent 4 years I spent 4 years on YouTube making videos no one was watching until I finally found that someone liked a certain thing, which was the tutorials and animations, and I was like, well, I'll do more of that. And that's how I did it. I think you're nervous because of the live and first time. Well, it's not my first time. I actually don't feel that nervous. Surprisingly, I normally do. When 1.0 came out, I almost had a heart attack. Took me a year after release till I switched. Why? I hated double clicking on timeline. Well, we all have our preferences. Do pistol tutorial. There's a lot of pistol rigs. I'm not very good at making them. I might try one at some point, but I tried it once before and I was horrible at it. Hey, anxious, guess what butter is from Cloudy Chance of Meatballs? Oh, we did it! He called it cloudy with a chance of meatballs too. Butter. Animate the Wimo or don't be ashamed because that's a preset schematic and it will be impossible. Yep, you can't do that, man. Alright, the interface thing, a lot of people have asked, not that if this goes up on YouTube, I highly doubt anyone's watching at this point, but if they were to be, you just go to this, man. You go to your settings, you click on the cog, and then you have interface, you bring that up, and this works on the regular Mine-imator or community build, and you can change all these settings, and these just happen to be the customized default settings for community build. Boom! Tutorial done. It was like 10 seconds long. Perfect. Cynic, how do we donate to you? Well, you ain't gotta, but if you wanted to, I have a Patreon or you have the super chat thing. I have no idea how it works, but there is the super chat thing where you can like pay money and your text will come up like all special and everyone will have to notice it and you'll be famous for like 15 seconds. Something like that. Do you use Flash Adobe Animator? Nope. What's the difference between community build and the normal Mine-imator? Community build has a few little tweaks and things. I covered some of them in my getting started with a community build tutorial and stuff. One other thing, I'm going to go ahead and do it here, which we meant to do earlier, but then I got caught up in chat. We got the depth of field set up, and then you have this bloom feature. It's going to be terrible. Let's go ahead and turn on rendering there. And as you can see, it's blown out, but we can reduce the settings, and you get this kind of like bloomy nest. As you can see there, it gives like glow to it. A lot of people kind of go crazy with this and make it way too like blown out. I highly suggest keeping it a little bit more subdued so you don't get these crazy looks, but it really depends on what's on screen and stuff. So you can do something like that. Oh god, he's back. The damn frog is back. How's it going, Marconi? Welcome to the frog stream. I'm practicing ukulele right now. Oh my god, you're gonna be famous one day. Thanks, I gotta do that too. I want to be a big animator. Can you sub to my channel? I only have 21 today and it's my birthday. Man, you gotta just keep making content consistently, man. That's what you do. Just find what you like to do and keep doing it. And then one day if you stumble upon something that people seem to be watching, then keep doing that. He needs some milk. Yeah, he does. Organic milk. I love that frog. It's gonna be the mascot now. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Ender portal, I guess. Like you can do the lighting like we did there. It's pretty good. Nothing too crazy or nothing. I don't really know what else you would do. We got the lighting, we got the particles, we got the Ender eyes, which of course, highly recommend rescaling them, which is what I did in my practice session. But then for this one, I was like, nah, which is good because this one will be immortalized by the stream. And you got the surface and stuff. As you can see, that looks really dark for some reason. Maybe that's because, oh, that's something else we can cover. Let's go ahead and go down here to our sphere. I made the surface bright so you could see it no matter what the lighting was, but I forgot to do it for the sphere. And as you can see there, let's go ahead and move this in, it is completely black. So if I bring this up, that doesn't work. So you may need, let me see here, this is going to be kind of a problem, huh? Let's see. Let's put a light in this and see what happens. Where is it? Point light. Let's go ahead and parent it to the sphere. There we go. That was the problem. Get a dang old light in there, and then the more bright the light is, that works pretty good. That's probably overly bright. The only thing is that's gonna kind of like slow down your scene during rendering, which sucks, but there you go. We're fixing all kinds of problems. Now we got our stuff back, and that's good. I like it. And then as you can see, it moves. It's pretty good. If you're late to the stream and you're wondering how I did this, then you have to go back or wait for this to go up on YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That looks like a pretty good ender portal to me. That's all I can really think of to do. So let's go ahead and save that and figure out what to do now. Except for the frog that's back again. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kelly Young, like you don't get Cinema 4D for free. Like that's like a pirated version. You unless maybe you're a student or something that gets it for free because you're in school or whatever. But like getting it off the internet just as a person, it's not a free program. That program is like multi thousands of dollars, and if you got it with a free serial number and stuff like that, that means it's a pirated illegal version. And I don't do that. That's not my thing. I'm a cat. I will go hunt that frog. Good luck with that. If you do it, though, take a picture. I want to see him suffer. Keep that frog for its life. Okay, so there's that. That's pretty much it. That's all I can think to really do with this. I feel like we've kind of fleshed it out a bit. I'm going to turn on rendering just to get that final look. Oh my god, look at that. 17 frames per second. Goodness. Let's back it up. Oh my god, let me turn that off first. Back it up. That spot, that point light we had to put in the sphere is definitely going to slow the scene down, unfortunately. But if you don't do nighttime stuffs, that should be okay. Let me double check that, actually, while we're messing with this stuff. Let's see. Murdered that like button. Cynic, you need more than 1 million subscriber. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know. Whoops, I keep messing up on the screen there. Okay, where are we at? Select this, and then if I turn up the brightness, hang on. Get this light. Let's make it invisible for a second here. So I did the brightness thing earlier, and it didn't work. But now it works. What did I do wrong? All right, let's get rid of that point light then. Okay, well that works. I tried it earlier. Must have had the wrong thing selected. Oh, I'm dumb. How's it going, Viper Studios? What's your graphics card? I have a Radeon R9 285. It's actually not the best one. It's kind of old at this point, but not too bad. Anxious Cynic, I will make a video today how to download Cinema 4D for free. There's a lot of people that have downloads videos for that, and again, like there is no way to get it free. It's not legitimately a free program. A lot of people do it. Most people you see that use Cinema 4D have gotten it illegally, but and there's chances are you're not gonna get in trouble for it or whatever because so many people do it. It would be difficult for them to do that. But for me, I don't do it. I only use programs that are free or that I can afford to pay for. SV788 plays. Hi, Anxious. If you see this, say me. Me. I did it. I did it. I win. It looks so nice. I wish I could donate, but I don't have card. No worries whatsoever. The serial number was in the folder it came with. It was illegal. Yeah, it's not supposed to be in the folder it came with. If you bought the program, that's generally not how they come. Please make a meme? Anxious saying I'm not supporting pirating, but I did it anyway. I want to learn it. It's way too expensive. I don't get how to use it and probably give up. Can't waste money for a program I probably suck at. Well, I don't really see it as much of an issue if you're using it for practice. Is when people make stuff and they try to make money off of it is usually the thing. Like they'll make animations and monetize them and make money off of a program that they didn't pay for. So, I mean, there's kind of a gray area there for people who will do it until they make enough money and then they'll buy it or whatever to do the right thing. But again, I'd rather just stick with free stuff because, first of all, it's easier for people to get free stuff. If I want to do a tutorial on Blender, then all people have to do is just go download Blender. It's 100% legit and whatnot. Don't have to worry about anything. Think of the life of intros with money. What? Okay, so there is that. That's gonna be it for the int portal thing. Looks pretty good. So the other question would be, no, I don't want to do that. I was considering maybe making this a download for as a rig or whatever, but I would probably want to perfect it a bit more before I did that, and that'll probably never happen either, so.